You've been watching television or listening to the radio, and you're a business owner, you have probably heard about the employee retention tax credit. We've been bombarded by this on television and on the radio for the last year. Now, I want to tell you the employee retention tax credit is something that can benefit a lot of businesses, not all businesses for sure. And there's a lot of fraud going on as far as some of these, what they call ERTC mills, who their business came out of nowhere to try to get this money back for taxpayers. And oftentimes they're filing some fraudulent claims. So you have to be very careful about that. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about time is running out on the employee retention tax credit. So if you have not done that, I'll call it the ERTC. That's what we call it here. If you haven't looked into it in detail, you should. It's worth a half hour, an hour conversation to see if your business qualifies for it. It's a COVID era tax credit that can give you well into the thousands of dollars. And a tax credit, if you had employees and you kept those employees on during the COVID period, that started in second quarter of 2020 and continued all the way through the end of 2021. Effectively, and there's a lot of details here, I'm just going to give you the broad brush here. If you had some significant revenue declines in either 2020 or 2021 because of COVID, or if you had some significant supply chain holdups in your business, or if you were closed down because of an order from your local government. Certain businesses had to be closed for a period of time, specifically in 2020, okay? So those are the things that generally qualify you. All businesses do not qualify. You have to have employees. That's the big thing. And you should, if you haven't taken a look at it in detail yet, feel free to reach out. We're happy to take a look at it for you. Now, I realize you have 3 years to file amended returns that are required to pull this credit. So what it is, it's a credit for employee taxes, employee payroll taxes. So those are filed on a form 941 every quarter. Probably your controller files this, or your payroll tax service. So you have 3 years basically to go back and generally have 3 years to go back and amend those returns. So that time is running out. So the time to look into it, if you haven't already, for the employee retention tax credit is now. Reach out. I'll be happy to do a 30-minute intro call to see if it makes sense. We'll talk a little bit about it to see if we can help you. Have a great day.